Long ago, in a kingdom surrounded by emerald forests and sparkling rivers, there lived a beautiful princess named Rapunzel. Her magical golden hair shimmered like sunlight. Yet despite living in a magnificent tower, she felt lonely. Every day she looked out through her window and wondered what life beyond the walls might be like. Is there a whole world waiting for me beyond this tower? She often whispered. She longed for adventure, friendship, and true love. Not far away lived Prince Adrian. He had no grand castle, no treasure, and no army. After his family lost their kingdom during a terrible war, Adrian lived in a small cottage deep in the forest. Though poor, he was rich in kindness. He spent his days helping villagers, sharing what little food he had, and protecting travelers who passed through the woods. The people loved him because he asked for nothing in return. One evening, Rapunzel began singing from her tower. Her voice floated through the forest like a gentle breeze. Adrian stopped walking when he heard it. "What beautiful music is that?" he asked. Following the melody, he discovered the hidden tower. Looking up, he saw Rapunzel for the first time. Their eyes met. Neither spoke for a moment. The forest seemed to hold its breath. The next day, Adrian returned. Then the day after that. Soon, they spent hours talking. Rapunzel told him about her lonely life in the tower. Adrian told her about the villagers, the forest, and the simple joys of helping others. Unlike the wealthy princes, who had once tried to impress her with gifts and promises, Adrian never boasted. He listened carefully and spoke honestly. Rapunzel found herself laughing more than she had in years. Friendship slowly blossomed into love. When the king learned about Adrian, he became furious. "A poor prince cannot marry my daughter," he declared. "He owns nothing." Rapunzel stood tall. "He owns something far more valuable than gold," she replied. "He has a good heart." But the king refused to listen. He ordered the guards to keep Adrian away from the tower. Rapunzel's heart ached, and Adrian returned to his cottage, though he refused to speak bitterly of the king. Days later, disaster struck. A fierce dragon descended from the mountains and attacked the kingdom. Fields burned, roads emptied, and people fled in terror. Many knights rode out to defeat the beast. None succeeded. In desperation, the king promised a mountain of gold to anyone brave enough to save the kingdom. Adrian stepped forward. "I will try," he said. He did not do it for the reward. He did it to protect innocent people. The battle lasted through the night. Adrian fought courageously. When his sword shattered, he refused to surrender. He studied the dragon's movements, lured it away from the village, and used the rocky cliffs of the mountain to trap the creature. With determination and quick thinking, he finally defeated the dragon. As dawn broke, the kingdom erupted in celebration. Rapunzel watched from the castle walls with tears of pride in her eyes. The king looked upon the exhausted young prince and realized his mistake. He had judged Adrian by his wealth instead of his character. The king approached him and bowed his head. "Forgive me," he said. "You have shown greater courage and honor than any wealthy prince." Adrian smiled gently. "I only did what was right." For the first time, the king saw the man his daughter had fallen in love with. The king gave his blessing, and the kingdom prepared for a celebration unlike any in living memory. Flowers filled every street. Lanterns glowed across the city. Musicians played through the night. Rapunzel and Adrian were married beneath a canopy of golden lights. People traveled from distant lands to witness the joyous occasion. When the vows were spoken, the crowd cheered so loudly that birds rose from the castle gardens into the sky. After their wedding, Rapunzel and Adrian ruled with kindness and wisdom. They helped the poor, cared for the sick, and treated every person with dignity. The kingdom prospered like never before. Years later, children would ask Queen Rapunzel how she had chosen her husband. She would smile and answer, "True love does not look at riches or crowns. It sees the goodness within a person's heart." And so Rapunzel and the poor prince lived, happily ever after, not because they possessed great wealth, but because they possessed kindness, courage, and love. True love is built on kindness, courage, and character, not wealth or status.